No, this video is not sponsored by the Punisher. But I wish it was. So here we go again, talking about mainstream movies. You know, you do one indie review, then you just get thrusted back into the big spotlight of Hollywood film. But I am a fan of the Bourne franchise, so I felt it necessary to talk about the new installment, Jason Bourne. I never reviewed a Bourne film on this channel. In fact, most of them came out before I even started this channel. So, why not? Let's go ahead and kick it off with Jason Bourne. This is the fifth film, yes, the fifth film in the Bourne franchise. Bourne Legacy happened, people. It happened. It did. I liked it, personally. But yes, the fifth Bourne film is the fourth film with Jason Bourne, not Damon, and it's the third film directed by Paul Greengrass. What a name, man. So basically the plot, I'm gonna talk about the plot. Jason Bourne, he's in hiding, he's off the grid, he's living his life, he's knocking out Russians with one punch and making money doing so. One day, somebody contacts him and says, hey, guess what? I have evidence that could shut down this secret government program. Remember Treadstone? You helped shut it down? Well, now I need your help to shut down this newer organization, this new program that's gonna make Treadstone look like kindergarten. They don't say that exactly. They should have. They should have explained it just like that. So naturally, Bourne is just thrusted back into action. He reluctantly gets involved, and once again, his life is in danger. The movie is pretty much exactly what you would expect it to be. You know, if you've seen these films, you pretty much have seen... If you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all. These films are pretty much the same when it comes to just, shadow companies, corrupt government officials, shadow agencies, and their subdivisions that create these programs, these so-called, I don't know what they call them, but they create illegal, they have illegal stuff going on. Naturally, there's always a hero who has to step in and shut them down, and that's Jason Bourne in this movie. The movie is pretty much as good as you would expect it to be. It's got its fair share of action, intrigue, suspense, espionage, and the movie does work in that regard. It has plenty of great action, a lot of hand-to-hand combat, some really intense sequences. The first major intense sequence takes place, I believe, in Rome, where there's a protest happening. An assassin is chasing after a friend of Bourne's, and it's a really intense sequence. There's an absolutely great and destructive car chase in Las Vegas. Really epic, in fact. And of course, with the direction of Paul Greengrass, who, of course, the man who just does not believe in tripods, he is just an interesting director in the regard that most directors cannot do shaky cam well, but yet when he does it, topped off with some really creative and quick-cut editing, he thrusts you into the action. I'm saying thrust a lot in this review. Okay. He puts you into that action. He puts you in that atmosphere. He immerses you with this intrigue and with this, the government spying on you. That's what one of the themes in this film is. It references Snowden and Edward Snowden and the government spying on you. That's part of the plot. So the movie has a great pace. It's never boring. There are times where the story might go over your head, but it's pretty much nothing you haven't seen before, and that's part of the problem because we had the trilogy, we had the Bourne trilogy, Bourne in the Bourne identity needed to find out who he was, and got a third film, Ultimatum, which I don't think will ever be taught. He found out who he was. He solved the mystery. His arc technically finished. This story does feel like a rehash from other spy films, and he doesn't even feel like he needs to be there. But he's just kind of thrown into action, and there you go. You have Jason Bourne kicking ass, which of course Matt Damon does great as usual in terms of the action, in terms of the running around. But for some reason, I don't know if I missed something, but it didn't seem like he talked very much in this movie. And I like to hear Matt Damon talk. But for some reason, I didn't really get much from his performance in this film. I hate to say he phoned it in, but it kind of feels that way. Then you have Alicia Vikander, who's a newcomer to the series, and again, I don't know if I missed something, but I didn't really get anything from her character. She wasn't bad particularly. I mean, she played the protege of the Tommy Lee Jones character, who's the head of the agency. And I didn't really. She would just kind of show up, and I knew it was her, and I'm like, oh, she's so cute, but I just didn't get much from her. Other than the fact that I definitely noticed her accent breaking quite a few times. Tommy Lee Jones is the highlight. To me, Tommy Lee Jones is a hoot. I mean, whatever he's doing, whatever he's saying, he has that manner about him that you just can't help but enjoy watching him, even if he's doing something bad or evil or sinister. I love Tommy Lee Jones, and he did another. He probably funded the performance. He could do this kind of performance, this kind of role in his sleep. And even though the man is definitely a sight for sore eyes, he's one hell of a performer. And you have Vincent Cassel, who plays the assassin who's after Bourne. He has a grudge against Bourne, and that's pretty much it. He's a one-note villain. This franchise has actually had some very notable actors play assassins who barely say anything. You had Clive Owen, you had Carl Urban, Edgar Ramirez, who's done some other work, and then now you have Vincent Cassel, and they play very one-note villains. But I will say, the fight that takes place between Jason Bourne and that assassin played by Cassel is so intense and brutal, and to me it kind of pushed the boundaries of PG-13. It was so vicious. So like I said, the storytelling in this film just doesn't seem very important, doesn't seem very urgent, and I'm glad to have gotten another Bourne film, but it just, in a way, it feels like the series is a little bit out of gas. It's running out of gas. So I do believe that if they're gonna make another one, they should really just do that crossover, have the Jason Bourne and the Aaron Kloss, the Jeremy Renner character, get together. I really want to see that happen. I do. And then let that be it. Because, you're going to have films made like this in the future, but maybe they don't have to have the Bourne name attached to it. And another thing, I'm getting a little tired of them constantly changing and remixing the original Mowgli song Extreme, Extreme Ways? Yeah, Extreme Ways, I think it is. I wish they would just play the original version. And one more thing I do want to say is that there is a character that appears in this film, I'm not going to say who, and as soon as that character appeared, I was like, you're going to die, aren't you? The movie is predictable. That's another negative against this film, is that it is predictable. Still, I do think it's a relatively entertaining film. It's exciting. I have no problem calling it a badass film, but it's just not a very... There's no urgency to it. You don't have to rush out to see it, I would say. If you're a big fan of the series, then definitely see it. It's worth your while. I did enjoy it, but Ultimatum just set the bar so high, nothing is ever going to top it. Unfortunately, Jason Bourne doesn't even come close. So I'm going to give Jason Bourne a 3.5 out of 5. Once again, I do like the film, but the story just feels like a rehash of other spy films. So that about does it. Leave me your comments. Let me know if you saw the film. Let me know if you would like to see this series continue, or if you think it should shut down, or if you think that they should do that crossover between the Jeremy Renner and the Matt Damon character. I really want it to happen. So thank you for watching. Please give this video a like, and I will see you guys when I see ya. Peace. What's up?